Alrighty everyone, today is Weather Wednesdays and we're talking about probably my favorite thing to do when we're not working, and that is surfing. And joining me today is probably the perfect guest. If you surf, you more than likely know who this legend is. Ben Gravy, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. I'm stoked to be here.
Dude, this is awesome for me because I've been watching your videos for so long, but just for anybody who maybe doesn't know what you do, kind of explain what you do.
So I am a content creator and a surfer. I make YouTube videos about surfing, but mostly a novelty wave hunter. So I go after the strangest, weirdest, most interesting waves that I can find.
And I know you're on a trip right now with some of your crew today. You stopped by Tybee Island, got a couple waves. What's your goal with this trip?
Yeah, we're working our way up the East Coast. We started down in Miami and we're gonna end up all the way in New York, just looking for surf and just having a good time, enjoying ourselves.
So novelty waves. That's kind of the big thing that you're about. Explain to us what a novelty wave is and kind of how it's impacted your career as a surfer.
Yeah, so a lot of waves that people surf they always break in the same spot. They're very consistent. You can find them almost 7 days a week, and they're very reliable. The waves that I'm looking for, the waves that I call novelty waves, chances are either they've never broken before, or they don't break often, or they're very obscure, like people haven't really heard of them or went to go check them out. And that involves like cargo ship waves, tanker waves, ferry waves, wind fetch waves on lakes, river waves, just different stuff. So the weirdest thing that I can find is the thing that gets me excited to surf.
Now, I would say you're kind of a household name in surfing nowadays. Like there's Kelly Slater, there's Jamie O'Brien, and there's Ben Gravy. How did this all begin for you?
I picked up a surfboard for the first time when I was 8 years old. I grew up surfing the Jersey Shore, and I instantly fell in love with it. It's been a lifelong passion of mine, but I think my connection to what I've done with the novelty surfing is just in New Jersey, we don't get great waves. You guys share the same coast. We don't get great waves 365 days a year, so you have to go looking to find those special days of surfing. And it just so happens that I figured out how to find waves any day of the week, no matter what.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about the 50 states, because you are actually the first and only person to ever surf a wave in all 50 states. Tell us kind of how you accomplished this and what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced.
Yeah, so I accomplished it through a lot of research and a lot of driving and a lot of dedication. I would drive to states and I would show up and there wouldn't be a wave, or I would drive to a spot that I knew was a sure thing, and I would get there and it would be a lot smaller than I thought, and it was just a lot of dedication. It took me over 3 years to accomplish. And yeah, I just took the time and the research online to find a wave in every state, and yeah, it was a serious challenge.
You probably met so many people along the way.
Absolutely.
In places you probably didn't realize either that had so much stoke for surfing.
Yeah, a couple times I ran into people in like Pennsylvania on Lake Erie. There's like a little surf scene. I was in the middle of Montana. There's guys surfing in the river. Just always meeting someone who's fully stoked and chasing the passion of riding waves, even if it's a different wave than someone would find in California or somebody would find, at a normal beach. Even in the middle of the United States, there's surf communities, and there's people who have and share the same stoke that we do to ride all kinds of different waves.
That's awesome. Well, really quick before we have to wrap, what's the next big dream?
Next big dream, I'm going to do it. I'm going to surf in every country in the world, and I'm about 10% of the way there.
Well, hey, man, we're rooting for you. I'm sure everybody out there is rooting for you. So best of luck, and thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely.
This is a dream come true for me. All right, we're going to go.